Good evening, and welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. The bell's broken. It's not. That was better.
So today the topic came up. I walked into this like old house and there was like a closet. And I walked in there. I said, "Damn, it smells like mothballs in here." And I was like, how do they make mothballs? And I was like, well, first I guess you got to figure out which ones are male. I'll see myself out.
Good evening, and welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Livingston man, roll that beautiful beam footage.
We all gonna die.
It's a We All Gonna Die Wednesday.
The system has failed.
System
has failed.
failure. System failure. Good evening, and welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday with the. There it is. There it
Newly
is. I need
repaired
to.
bell.
Well, it's not really repaired.
Why
I
do
just
I
kind of
fix everything
slapped
I
it a few
touch?
times, and it worked. It worked. It
Tried
worked.
slapping.
Teresa Buchanan, Loretta Hooch, Coffee First, then Speak, Katrinka, LOL, Billy, good to see you, Gick Rhymes in the house, Southern Tier Prepper, Karen Timur, Grateful Preps, NJ, good to see you, sister, Scott Hummer, Ronnie Braun, Devil Dog Prepper in the house, Blue Butterfly, Anne-Marie, Moon Sprouts, good to see you, sister. Hope everybody's doing well on this We All Gonna Die Wednesday. And the Livingston man brought about a topic this evening. Well, leave the mothballs alone. We're gonna walk away from
I was
the
like, why do I
mothballs.
even know
KK,
what
what's
mothballs
good?
smell like?
Yeah, it's
The topic
gross.
is not mothballs.
That's gross.
Plot twist.
Virginia Bushcrafter, good to see you.
We're not talking about mothballs anymore.
What was the title of the
We All Gonna Die Wednesday 14 mothballs.
Cherokee Survival? Good to see you.
What if everything gets better?
Yo, I'm about that life. Livingston man. I am ready for better. But in the meantime, until the better comes,
YouTube
I
said now
just
would be a good time
want
to
to.
insert ads.
I just want to warn everybody: if you live in the People's Republic of New Yorkistan, like I do, the weather is getting warmer, Livingston man. So that means the roads are going to shit really, really fast. Pothole season is upon us, and old potholes are coming back, and
Set your
some new
airbags
ones.
off around here.
Some new ones are springing up because we haven't had a freeze and thaw as hard as this in a few years, Livingston man. A few years since it's been as cold as it's been this winter, and if you know anything about the Northeast, the ground around here moves a little bit. You know, it's not like California moves, but it like moves a little bit when it freezes and thaws.
Heaves.
Yeah, it heaves and it sinks. So be careful on the roads, guys. They're getting a little herky-jerky here and there. Just be mindful. Be mindful of your speed and where you are on the road, because these potholes, man, they're springing up overnight. The big trucks are tearing shit up, and be careful. They ain't going to pay for no repairs on your vehicle. That's for damn sure, right?
Imagine getting like just
it's gonna be
punched in
on
the
you.
face by your airbag because you had a hole in the road. Like,
Yeah.
Just drive
Eric N1 RV, good to see you, brother.
drove up Fairview Avenue in Hudson, dude, and that's just a disgrace. Like, ugh.
So
State Route 9.
So why is it that they can't like prioritize infrastructure? Like, hey, we have to, the road needs to get redone, but first we should put new pipes underneath it, right? If we put pipes underneath it now, then when we do the nice new road, we don't have to dig it up again.
Well, it's like
Where's the foresight in this? You know what I'm saying? It's
you know,
maybe
foresight
this is something for DOGE.
It's the blacktop industrial complex.
No, you know what I think it is? I think it's government contracts with state and federal money.
Well, sure. I mean,
that they
everybody's,
put into these
my
things.
cousin's paving company or however they do it.
Yeah, right.
You feel like,
little lone prepper. Good to see you.
Used to be they built it to last 100 years, and now I think the standard is 10. It's got to be. Usually it doesn't last that long. Or either that or 10 years goes by faster than you wish it did.
It does. It does. It often does.
But then what happens is, you end up having to wait. When I first moved out here, I grew up in Hudson, and I moved out here, and County Route 31. When we first moved out here, that was little more than, like, honestly, it was a cart path that had the crushed stone and oil put on it.
Yeah.
And, like, it was like you were driving on rails on that road.
Oh, absolutely.
The ruts on either side, and it was like you kind of couldn't.
It was scary.
You kind of couldn't mess it up because you couldn't run off the road.
No, and the speed limit's 55, right?
And then finally, I guess maybe it's probably 8 or 10 years ago, they did the whole road over again.
They did a really
pavement.
good job too.
But then, like last year, they came through and had to spend there's so much sealant. If you drove up
Yeah. Feeling all the cracks in it. Trying to stop the water from getting in there, man.
And then the snowplows came through and they promptly sheared all of that out. The whole side of the road.
It's a never-ending cycle.
You guys, if you're from around here, you know what I'm talking about. You saw it when you drove up 31. You seen it was just like rubber, on the side of the road where the plows just sheared it all right out.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's like selling electric tape. Or painter's tape is a better one, where it's completely
it's gonna fall apart.
Stock tips, 3M, okay, anything disposable, sandpaper, tape.
They make some incredible adhesives.
And then
3M.
and then the adhesives damage the surface, and wouldn't you know
Guess
it?
who sells the repair
They
kit?
got the kit for
That's
that.
right.
Did our tape mess your stuff up? Hey, got you. You see what I mean, folks? You gotta be
Half-ass
smart.
ready. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well.
What if things get better? My point here was, all right, so good chunk of people think that a lot of big things are going on. We actually have a thing. Check this out.
Oh, yeah. You ready? You ready? There it is. See that? That's the official live tracker from the Department of Government Efficiency right there. It's right, it's right here.
You see
it's
what
right
they've
here.
done? Now, folks, what they've done here is...
They set a goal of $2 trillion in savings from government waste, Livingston, man.
Almost said something.
So they're only
wildly controversial.
3.25% of their way to their goal, and they've already saved $54.63 billion. So they say.
They're at 3.25% of their $2 trillion goal.
Correct.
As of this point.
Can you scroll on that? I don't know if
can
there's
make
any
it
more
bigger.
information. Oh, there you go.
There we
look
go.
at that. There you go. Yeah, perfect.
We can actually take over the whole screen. Well,
There.
okay, so this is
There
what it's
you
all
go.
about tonight, you guys.
Yeah, $364.23 per taxpayer saved. 95 initiatives canceled, it looks like, and 492 days remaining of the DOGE life cycle, right? I guess that would be Trump's term, I guess. Yeah.
Try our new game. Challenge yourself to identify real government spending initiatives from fake ones and see how well you can spot wasteful spending. We're not going to click that. Savings by day. All right, so here's where they targeted Social Security.
That was a big one.
That's where they took the benefits away from the people that deserve them.
The
The
300-year-olds.
leaderboard, of course, was the Department of Treasury, with but who's suspiciously absent from this list is the Department of Defense.
Yeah,
Hate to bring it up.
well, Livingston, man, honestly, I hope they go there too.
$54 billion is really cute. Okay, so it's not a child support fucking check to Zelensky, really? Well, it's like there's only one. It's like $54 billion to.
Sorry, Rural, it's not clickable. I'm sorry. Actually, Livingston, man, could you grab that that link and drop it in the chat,
I
sir?
can. I think it's still. I bet you I can do it.
Yeah.
Control V if you guys didn't know this.
Oh,
that ain't it.
No. That's not it at all.
Here's what I can do for you guys.
Oh,
Mike, keep
fantastic.
talking.
Well, yeah, we'll just keep on talking. Oh, my knee just cracked. It hurt bad. Donald Huth, your
guys hear
Google
that?
account has been crashing again, and tomorrow morning I have to back up my cloud data and factory reset again tomorrow morning, Mike in Livingston, man. Donald, it sounds like you got a faulty device, my friend. It should not be doing that so often. That's really interesting. Really interesting. I hope they can get it figured out for you.
Yeah,
There you
can
go.
click this thing on your own here. If you want.
Boom. There it is, the DOGE tracker.
I make no claims as to the veracity of anything said here. This is just a little more than
Yeah, it's a Twitter site.
I don't know much about this. And again, you can go ahead and play the game and try to guess which ridiculous stuff is being funded by your taxpayer dollars. Now, listen, this isn't really anything new. It's interesting. It's being
It's being
taken as
it's being brought
seriously-
into the light,
right.
Livingston, man.
And taken seriously finally, because it used to be a joke. I remember like all the way back, even when I was a kid, it was, they spent $800 on hammers.
Yeah,
$300 on. but
Chief Dog, good to see you.
it was accepted apparently back then. What can you do? Whereas here, I mean,
You know what? Here is the proverbial. What can you do? Right? It just showed the fuck up. It is ripping down walls, and they want to live stream the walk into Fort Knox. I've heard Elon Musk talk about this. He's like, I think the American people would want to see it. Obviously there's certain things you can't show them.
let's get that on pay-per-view.
But, well, whatever, bro. If it's paying down the national debt and ultimately I'm not selling out my great-great-great-great-grandchildren.
Okay, paying down the national debt. Right?
Adriana Munoz, good to see you.
Here's my thing, my concern. I'm not like saying I hate what's going on.
Right.
What
Suspicious of it. I think
this
we
is
all
like-
should be suspicious of everything.
This is like when you go to Kohl's and you get rung up at the register for like $350 worth of like last year's shit. But then they're like, you saved all this money. It's like, I didn't save any money. I just, I spent money. I don't know what you mean with the saved money concept. And I feel like there's a little bit of that attitude coming through.
Yes,
It's being
Demo Man
presented.
Don.
We're
Exactly,
saving,
just like that.
We're saving you all this money. I'm like, I am still spending. I promise you, I'm still spending the same amount of money in my fucking life that I was before y'all started gutting all kinds of stuff here and doing your
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
But
It
you're
definitely
I'm not
hasn't
saving
lowered
money.
cost.
And I'm going to tell you something else, President Trump and Vice Admiral Elon or whoever you are. That tax return this year, that was some bullshit. Just gonna call y'all out on that. Thank you, I guess. But like y'all was like, why you up my shit, man? I paid in a lot of money this year, Mr. President, and then you gave me back not that much money, Mr.
Well,
President.
the good news is, Livingston, man, you can place that blame back on the prior administration because you're doing your prior year's taxes. Obviously, you see the list of things that they got to, the taxation and finance. They're not there yet, but they're working their way there.
Yo, Elon, I'm gonna tell you right now, a $5,000 DOGE check, that shit ain't enough, bro. I'm talking to you, Mr. Rich Boy. I need 10. How about you go halves? How about you go halves for America, Mr. fucking Captain Tony Stark, whoever the fuck you think you are? Make it real, bro. Give me a Tesla. Give us all one. I understand you have a backlog of Teslas you can't sell. I'll have one. I'll take one. Hook that shit up in my house, rich boy. Let's do this. Nah. Come on, man. Just calling him out.
He's working for free.
You gotta call him out. You gotta shoot for the stars. Maybe you'll land
Working for
amongst
free.
the moon or however it works.
Yeah. I don't even want the handout so much
I
as
do.
I
Give
want.
me my fucking give me my free shit.
It'd be
Elon.
nice. It'd be nice to
Make America great again.
maybe
bro.
not pay quite so much in taxes. Maybe not be taxed on the money like fucking 6 times as it goes past me. Before it gets to me, and then when it gets to me, and then when I spend it, and then when I try to get rid of it, they tax it again. If I try to invest it, they're gonna fucking tax it. If I die, they're gonna fucking tax it. They're going to tax fucking everything. So I would like a little bit less of that.
Before everybody runs to hit the unsubscribe button, I'm not a freaking Biden supporting AOC person, but I mean, I do suffer from this terrible malady, whereas I have like empathy for my fellow humans and think that maybe like we all shouldn't be taxed to the brink of poverty and have to live paycheck to paycheck
Amen.
and one medical emergency away from bankruptcy. I don't know who all of you common folk think you are. you're not these people that we're like being taught to idolize by the mainstream media right now. And
I don't think they should be idolized. I don't think they should be idolized at all. I think they're public servants. I think they're there to serve a purpose and then move the fuck on. I think we need to see in the next 3 months a constitutional amendment brought forth to Congress for term limits for every congressional leader. And if you're not fucking on board with it, I think that's a major problem.
You're part of the problem.
And I think it should be very clear cut, very, very clean, that no member of Congress shall serve more than 2 terms of X amount of years, and that's it.
I'll give you a 3. I'll be ultra liberal here, but I'll give you a 3.
Give them 3 terms.
But
they have to be short, man. Yeah, 3 2-year terms. 6 years, you're fucking out of there. You're out of there, man. These lifelong politicians is breeding corruption. These people are bought and fucking paid for, and if you're gonna say anything different, I'm gonna call bullshit on it. They're bought and paid for. So hopefully, the Republicans bought enough of them to shut that shit down, because there's a few honest people left, and that's it, man. If they put those term limits on, I think next year everybody's fucking out. Everybody's out. All of them. Every fucking one of them. Even if you voted for that shit, you just step out. You're done. You did your shit. Thank you. That's a true public servant. But no, they want to get rich off it.
My favorite president is Calvin Coolidge, because like it's really hard to actually point to one thing that he actually
Absolutely,
got done.
Duke.
Calvin Coolidge was elected on specific things he just kind of wanted to get done. He was like tired of like reading about like how it was running in the newspapers. I'm gonna
Paraphrase.
spin a yarn, right?
Go ahead.
Started reading about how it was done in the papers, and just wanted to go in there. Came in there to get stuff done. He never said much. A reporter asked him one time. They said, "Calvin, I bet my buddy that I could get you to say 3 words in the interview." He said, "You lost." They're like, "You're gonna run for a 3rd term?" He said, "God, no, I didn't want to do a 2nd one. I got to do my work and get out of here." These are the kind of people you kind of want in government.
Yeah, absolutely.
But not the slash and burn types that are like, you know what, this I need to bulldoze through the wall and push my specific interest through so that I can step out and become rich off the legislation I've crammed through. Another concern I possibly have with what's going on now. Prove me wrong. I'm going to adopt a wait and see attitude. I'm not hating, but I'm watching. Because
we all
this is
should
my
be.
America also.
Absolutely.
We're living in unprecedented times, of course, as always. And none of us ever seen anything like what's going on right now.
It's true. It's true. It's like a culture revolution, an upending of government. And like you say all the time, Livingston, man, it's 51-49, no matter what way you split it. There's 3 or 4 people on each side that go to both, you know. Got to cut the waste. We got to cut the fraud. It's got to go. It's going to be painful. It's going to be painful. Absolutely.
They're really using Occam's razor to figure out what.
Good.
Well,
Good.
no, this is
It's
boring.
so
What
fat.
did the park? So the park service is non-essential. We're taking out the forest rangers.
Again, I think that's all horse shit. I think those are media talking points. I think they see something get defunded and they're like, "Oh, nobody's going to fucking do this tomorrow. The whole fucking world's gonna burn down," right? Because they need the flaming head talking point. When critical things get fucked with, it's immediately remedied. You know what I'm saying? We know if you're cutting with a broadsword, this extremely bloated federal waste, right? It's going to happen.
One child support payment to one of our little proxies right there. So they've uncovered enough to send Zelensky a check. I'm gonna wait and see how we do.
Yeah.
$2 trillion. All right.
Yeah.
It's going to take some. I hate to tell you who's going to bear the brunt of this. Remember, every time
hopefully it's the black budgets, the backroom deals, the money that they've been stealing and lining their cousins, uncles, brothers' pockets. When you start seeing 52 different blacktop companies go out of business, then you know whose pockets were getting fucking lined, Livingston, man.
It's a good idea. No, and it's true. So my philosophy when doing like say a remodel, I'm a tradesman. Maybe you noticed by my brightly colored shirt, so people in the house can see me when I'm painting it. But so I've worked on some job sites, and I know that when you're trying to fix an old, broken, junked up structure, that probably the easiest and most efficient way to do it is knock it down to its frame, see what's going on here, and just do it over to modern standards. Trying to patch your way in, caulk your way in, BS and hack and job handyman BS your way and fucking put another layer of plaster on some bullshit never works in the long run. And maybe what we're seeing here is just that. We're going to tear it down to the bones and put it back.
Yeah, I think it's more like
I hope they put it. I'm all for tear it down to the bones, but I want to be here for we put it good, important, good,
yeah,
load bearing studs back in America. You guys.
Brian Savage, I highly agree with that. If we don't see accountability, prison time, and clawbacks, it's a show. I agree. People, you know, if you've been stealing from the American people or backroom funding from the American people, your little private corporation for the last 30 years, Livingston, man.
This is like, but this turns into some Epstein's List shit.
I don't give a fuck. Send them all through the fucking wood chipper, bro. The punishment for treason is death, okay? And if you've been stealing from the American people, is that not the epitome of fucking treason?
I think you end up with like who's left standing.
All of them. You know who's left standing?
AOC.
We, the fucking people.
And AOC, because she still owes like money on her student debts. Actually, love her or hate her, she like probably didn't really do anything wrong. Like, this is what I mean, as I think that like what might end up happening with this entire like government audit thing is that the government itself like has to shut itself down. Be like, no, you cannot do this, or else like apocalypse. The veil, like it's a veil like you might not want to lift. You start wondering, motherfuckers be digging holes to China here.
Let him go. Let him go. Keep digging.
I'm a wait and see because I want to see where all this goes. It is so
because
unprecedented.
we the people, we got excavators. We just gonna fill a fucking hole in while you digging.
But so and that's and here it is. Like this is me. Like I'm asking, what if it actually? It's me asking myself.
I hope.
I'm asking myself what because I'm wrong.
I think you're right though about it has to come all the way down to the foundation.
I don't want to hate, but I gotta watch and I gotta say like I just kind of stand there. I gotta be like, you know, you got. I'm putting a certain amount of faith in what's going on here, but at the same time, this is indeed a shakeup. This is indeed like
man.
Just we never seen an case, and I hope that good comes from
Me
it.
too, man. I really do, and you know, I don't know if it's you know, checks back to the American people because putting money back in the American people's pocket is always fucking appreciated. You know what I mean?
We'll just buy stuff on Amazon and give it to China.
We'll give it to Jeff Bezos, right? But money in your pocket enriches your life right now, right? Paying off the national debt saves my great-grandchildren, my great-great-grandchildren. My lineage will have wealth and things. If only if other people don't come in and fuck it all up, right? Because that's the case. That's what we see all the time in politics here is executive order, executive order, executive order, executive order, because Congress is bickering and fucking.
That's the new norm. It's the only way you can get things done.
Right? So.
Boy, was history made by people just getting things done, pushing the norm aside, saying, you know what, rule. But this rule through executive order, there's that new precedent sucks. It's not even a new precedent. Presidents are.
It doesn't last, man.
They're imbued with the power to make executive orders and can do it.
Yeah.
But when you're like spamming that cheat button, like just hitting that button instead of playing the game is when you end up like why people throw the whole authoritarian thing around. Because an executive order essentially bypasses Congress unless it's wildly unconstitutional or they.
Yeah. Well, in which case it would still have to go through the court system to be shut down, right?
Now, I'm going to tell you.
Modern refugee. Good to see you, brother.
The first time the word authoritarian comes in because I heard Joe Biden say, this executive order may be illegal, but I suggest every American follow it until the courts prove otherwise. And that's when I knew that it didn't matter what was legal and what wasn't. The executive order stood. That was in regards to, there was mandates a couple years ago about a thing. So,
Amen, grateful preps.
the current administration is simply
Tearing it down to the foundation, bro. I really think so. They
While
put
exercising a
whistleblowers in charge of the FBI. Okay,
while exercising a precedent that was already set by their predecessors.
I'm saying. Duke says the Trump checks will increase inflation as well the tariffs. Americans are so ignorant with economics. I agree with you, Duke. I think if they're going to give you money, there's a price to pay for that. If they're going to put tariffs on folks, well, there's going to be another price to pay on that. And I hope that they're trying to offset these things by lowering taxes because they're making more money from the tariffs, right? That's the way the United. A lot of people forget that that's the way the United States ran before we started implementing taxes. Tariffs, bro.
Yeah, but do you know that it implies that like I'm not a
I agree, Duke.
I'm not a citizen of the United States. I'm an employee. Like,
That's right, because it's a big corporation now. Right?
I just work here too.
And Duke said that tariffs only work if you're a self-sufficient country. You have to export, right? You have to export shit. So our vehicles here in the United States are highly sought after in foreign countries. People want an American car, right? So they buy them in China. They buy them all over. People want American cars.
Echo.
Oh, he's yelling.
Computer.
He's yelling at it now.
What is America's #1 export?
From userfacts.org, America's top exports are oil and gas, aerospace products and parts, petroleum and coal products, medicines and pharmaceuticals, and motor vehicles.
There you go. Motor vehicles was in the top of the list right there.
The top of the list was oil and gas.
Oil and gas, but it was also on the list was vehicles.
You conveniently went around it.
Brian Savage says the military-industrial complex. Absolutely. That was number 2 on the list behind oil and gas.
Pharmaceutical industrial complex, the
That
fucking
too,
toilet paper
yeah.
industrial complex.
The paper industrial complex.
The painter's tape industrial complex. It's all like disposable culture, the things that make the most billions of dollars. The DOGE want to find billions in waste. Yo, go look at Big Poop and their toilet paper pyramid scheme. How we're going to cut down mad trees, you're going to wipe your ass with it and then just flush it.
Hey, you can go buy a fancy toilet seat, bro. Hook it up to the water and the electric. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it.
What do you like?
125.
Like,
thank you.
Is that
Appreciate
supposed to
it.
be a diss or
It's
like,
it's a bear. It's a bear with some woods. I like it. I thought it was cool.
where does it shit?
U.S. is the largest exporter of weapons, says Modern Refugee. Absolutely. But they won't put that on the old little, listening devices that everybody has in their house.
It's not what I was asking.
Oh, what were you after?
I was curious actually.
Yeah.
What does America even export? Apparently, oil and gas. Gas costs $3.19 a gallon, but okay, apparently we're sending it elsewhere. And where does that money go? Not in my fucking pocket. Where's DOGE at with that?
Yeah.
Sitting at the table eating steak with them. That's where they are on that.
They didn't bring me no steak tonight, Livingston, man. They
Never
bring
would.
you. I
They
know.
wouldn't.
I get upset about
Maybe
that.
they'll throw you a
They
scrap.
never invite me to dinner.
Come here, buddy. You want you?
I'd be paying for it all the time, but I never get invited to dinner.
It's the privilege we bestow upon people that we trust to hold public office. We'll
Well,
grant
that they're
you.
not
We
going
will
to
grant you that
abuse
privilege.
power and write myself a $100,000 check to redecorate my office with fine furnishings. Because my office should be the bomb, Livingston, man.
Well, if you're a
because I
high-ranking
work
government official, it
New
should be
York State.
impressive.
Impressive, but I mean, should you be buying fine china?
I don't know why you're eating dinner in here. I mean, then it's like, who
You
are
know
all
what
these
I mean?
people? That's where the economical in me is like, I'm just saying from an efficiency point of view, who are all these people? Why is there 15 chairs in here?
Rob B says 100K in spam, son. That one wins the internet for
Now-
the night, Rob.
I don't know if anybody ever thought of it
Howdy,
before.
Pilgrim.
Yo, spam coin? Can I?
Yo, you
because
can
apparently
create
anybody-
your own. Do it, bro.
spam coin.
Do it.
Like-
Can we do it?
No,
can we
'cause
bring,
they
bring
got-
up live channel and create it right now?
No, because
right here on the
they
live
got
stream?
congressional hearings.
Nah,
about
somebody
this
in the
shit.
somebody in the chat already got it. Rum
Spam
Runner, good to
coin.
see you.
We're not doing congressional hearings about my spam coin scheme. I just said it.
Yo,
Y'all
it's not a
did it.
scheme. You just create a coin, and if people think it's funny or they find value in it and they just want to own a piece of spam coin, they can buy a piece, and all of a
Own
sudden it has
what?
value. Yeah.
Own what?
Own a piece of a virtual token.
Don't get me started
Yeah.
on this Bitcoin thing. This is worse than I called real money fake. This is worse than fake. This is like beyond. Okay, if real money's fake, this shit is fake. Like
No, it really is. It's
What-
like, what are those NFTs, right?
I'm
NFTs?
I'm telling you, ask
Non-fungible
anybody.
tokens.
But what is it? And they're like, I don't know. But it's
I don't
worth
know,
mad
but-
money. I'm like, but you ain't got no money. You're like, I got Bitcoin, but you ain't got no money.
Yeah, sell it. Sell it.
What is it? They're like, I don't know. It's a blockchain. What's that? I don't know.
It's a computer program.
Here comes some. I'm ready. Here comes the fucking. Here it comes.
The chat is going to explain Bitcoin to us
That's
in
the
the
loaded
comment
question.
section. Let's see.
Here it
KK
comes.
says these people get paid $250K a year, and after a few years, they're worth $30 million. Apparently, they have different math than my boss. KK, 100%.
It's
and I
called
hope
insider trading.
I hope there's investigations and people are held accountable for their actions, man. Again, the penalty for treason is death, and if you're stealing from the American people, I believe that's treasonous. And feed the wood chipper, bro.
Chance Paladin was going to explain Bitcoin, but now he's not going to, which again proves my point. Ask him what
Thanks,
is
Chance.
it, and it's you wouldn't understand. It's one of these. If I have to explain, what it's. But they're like some guy hid a thing called a blockchain
It's a
inside
copy
some
of a
other
copy
thing.
of a copy of a copy
And if
of a
you-
copy.
and if you-
Idiocracy, Moon Sprouts.
If you find the blockchain, it's like worth money, but except like people have them, but they're not rich, and it's okay.
Poor people can have it. It's
worth
not
something.
real.
I swear, it's hoarder mentality. Really, it's like, what is this?
Us normies.
It's like a Steam achievement. It's like, what did you really do? Like, you got a silver trophy there. Is that what
Yeah,
you
in
did?
the video game.
You found a thing that some guy hid there, and it's like that's cool. It's like a Banksy, right?
You know what I did see
chiseled
that
off the
people
wall
are
and
making
keep it-
nowadays
Oh,
is
Never
they
did it.
literally call
I'll
them
never take my Bitcoin.
gold backs, Livingston, man. It's like a dollar bill or a $10 bill or a $5 bill, but it's made out of like gold foil, and they're gold backs. They're worth a little bit of more money than other things.
I gotta fire up the Jackery
In some
so I
places,
can have my Bitcoin. Like,
And some places will actually take them as currency nowadays.
now that becomes interesting.
Yeah.
And a lot of these high tech stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can donate to presidential elections, among many other things, using Bitcoin. I've seen YouTubers that accept it as well. Like it's a tradable currency. Apparently, it's taken seriously.
Mm-hmm.
My problem with it is I already have a problem with money because I already think it ain't real, and this is like. Not real.
Really
It's
not.
the most not real shit that was never not real. Like
I tell you what, I would
buy not real shit with the not real money right now. Freak
Johnny
out,
Preps.
man.
I do not have any faith in the goldbacks either, but I do think they are very, very pretty. They're made to be very beautiful, and I wouldn't mind collecting a couple just on that alone. You know how cool they are, and that somebody tried to do something with them, and even if it failed, it's a piece of history. You know what I mean?
Yes. What piece of history? Although electricity's out, history's
no.
gone.
These are actual paper like notes, goldbacks. I'm not talking about the Bitcoin. I think the goldbacks, it's like a dollar bill, but
Laminate it.
pressed in gold.
Laminate it.
I think it's cool, man. My mattress is stuffed full of Bitcoin.
Come in your house.
Demo man Don sleeps well at night.
He's got this digital bed. It looks like the Matrix.
Rob B says there's goldbacks in the Homestead movie. Cool, good to know. Duke says currency equals fiat, toilet paper, money, gold, silver crypto, fooling the dumb person. Try and liquidate any crypto without a third party. Taking a large cut defeats every argument for crypto. Yeah, man. Pyramid schemes, I think most people who have a lot invested in it are worth a lot, but if you don't have much invested in it, you're nothing guy, you know.
What you have to do is take this pseudo real money system that we have and bend it in your favor.
Absolutely,
Get
man.
real tangible items you can hold in your hand, and that's whatever it is.
Amway coin.
Hey,
That's the real pyramid
spam coin. We're doing it.
Mamacita 904. Good to see you, sister.
If that Hawk
Michelle the
Tour
Great.
girl can run a Bitcoin scheme on y'all, then dang it, I'm gonna too. Like,
Yep.
you know what? Give me your money. The money button's up there, by the way. It's right there. If I touch it, we can play an ad. Which would you prefer?
Iran coin. Right on, Texas Surplus
Since
Pro.
we're
Good to see you,
ultra
brother.
capitalists here, I'm gonna. You know what?
Oh, he did it. Oh, man.
Hopefully, it's some cool. Like,
Well, yeah. Now everybody's got to skip the ad. Sorry. Livingston Man did that to you, not me.
You know, I've never done that to you guys before, but I wanted to prove a point here. Since it's all about fake money, and let's get somebody
He
else.
just made it real money
Let's
for us.
get somebody else rich.
We cut those out.
Maybe that ad will go viral.
See, Southern Tier Prepper, that's what happens when the Livingston Man gets mad. He hit that button on purpose.
That's the one time I'll ever do that. Made my stake in the game. So, what if things get better? My original purpose with this, because I made up the title when I scheduled the stream, and it's the first thing. What if things get better? I was like kind of asking myself because with a change in administration and all the big savings, as we stepped up to the checkout line in America, we saved $54.63 billion today with our purchase.
Yeah.
I said, what if things get better? Because I was like, when people get a sense of that they're happy that everything is going on like this, that there's big change occurring. Like we're living in good times. We are indeed making.
Well, hopefully positive change.
We are making
right?
America great again, brick by brick, right?
Yeah.
But what ends up happening, of course, is the utter, the descent into complacency. Everything's okay. And in the worst case, is that the same issues exist, but they're presented differently, and all of a sudden it's different.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, where there was things we would come out about and be vocal about that. All of a sudden it's like, well, now it's different because, there's a zeitgeist going on. There's zeitgeist means, translated literally, time ghost. What it means is spirit of the times.
Right.
You get caught up in it. You gotta go along
The
with stuff.
movement, right?
Everything's, you ride the wave, like just be there for it. And what ends up happening with that is a great continuation, just the great repeat of history where, people, might have opened their mouths, might have said something, might have expressed dissent, might have expressed support, but decided to, sit this one out. I'm going to let other people do the thing. Maybe just don't be that person anymore. I'm not saying go protest. I don't even know what there is to protest.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the complacency in me. But
Right.
is be ready to understand issues a little better.
For sure. I think we should all accept change. I think sometimes the change needs to be a little bit slower. You know what I mean? Because it does freak people out.
The whirlwind it's hard to not go where this is a psychological tactic to just overwhelm.
Could be.
So it's hard not to go there, understanding that, you know what?
Hunter says, so Friday, are we supposed to buy shit or not buy shit?
That whole
You should always be buying shit, man. Never stop prepping. Never stop
He's
prepping.
talking about that February 28th protest where nobody's going to buy nothing. It's like, I'm definitely, now I'm going to buy more shit. I don't I don't like cringe trends like that. Like, we're going to stand up.
We did a cringe trend, and it really worked out in our favor.
Stand up to the man.
We did it.
Have you noticed another trend? Talking about standing up to the man. I noticed a trend with this new administration where they say they shoot broad, boom, we want this. And everybody said, now we ain't doing that. And then literally 3 days later, we're doing that. Yeah, we're going to do that.
Yeah.
This the Trump effect is fucking running rampant. I say bring that into your own life. Shoot for the stars because at this
Absolutely,
point
man.
you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Come out the
Totally.
gate, man. Hard. I want the Panama Canal. Panama was like, I don't think you get in the canal. Next thing you know, it's like, actually, probably going to get the canal.
Yardbird says, okay, I just got back from the future. 1,000 show of We All Gonna Die Wednesday, and nothing has changed.
I'm still wearing the same shirt.
Yeah.
But let's check on the DOGE. Yeah, nothing new there either.
Nothing new.
Stalled
Nothing. It's
out.
after hours, Livingston, man.
Oh,
It's after
they get
hours.
to leave.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, you know what? In the initial phases of this, homeboys were like sleeping on the floor.
Who's paying them?
They are technically government employees, right? So they're getting a base government salary
I think they
to
should
go in and do this,
right off the bat.
which
they
is
should-
which is actually less money than they made in their jobs working. Elon, I guess, went and found the smartest people he could find, and said, "Hey, this is all we can pay you. This is what we got to do," and he finds the best minds for it and sends them out.
I'd love to see their payroll, like audit themselves real quick, like put their budget against.
Oh,
like,
for sure, man.
be interesting because I mean, we got a bunch of unpaid interns
So
doing this shit.
let me
That'd
ask you a
be
question.
tough.
The
I wouldn't do
easiest,
my
the,
job
eas-
well
the
if you weren't
easiest
paying me.
way to sort all this shit out is let the AI run through it, right?
No,
Right,
well, easiest
right?
way, yes.
That's
best
the
way,
easiest
no,
way.
absolutely
But
not.
does this bring us another step closer to AI run efficient government?
No, a computer cannot be held accountable, and a computer should never be entrusted with decisions
I'm
that.
not quite sure how to help you with that.
See, that thing should never be entrusted with any decision that involves anything that has anything like a moral or human aspect to it. It's not its job to be human, it's ours, and we cannot expect it to ever be because it cannot and is not.
Right. I totally get that. That was creepy as shit.
Like I said, I am one. I am one. I know how these things work.
Man.
Do you want a government made of this? One in the chat.
Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. So perhaps not of it, but maybe they need some help streamlining things and putting things in better order, right? Right. Perhaps there's a more efficient way than storing government retirement documents in a limestone cave in the ground. Right. Maybe
What they
there's
should
more
do-
efficient ways.
I think at this point, like the real dream for I would guess many people, Raul Duke, love your name, bro. I know you. So the real thing is like take the foundation, the stud work I call the frame of America is the Constitution.
Absolutely.
Start back over with that. There should be such a thing as states' rights. Everybody pisses and moans when New York or California exercise states' rights, but everybody claps like circus seals when Oklahoma or Texas exercises, and Florida exercises states' rights. States' rights should be inviolable. We are a United States. The United States is not a contiguous thing.
No,
When
it's
you-
a collection of
there
different
are
states.
borders to cross and different laws to abide by, and this was meant to stop us from becoming some sort of
Big government run thing. Grateful Preps, I know that the powers of the Constitution are delegated to the states, but I think that some states have perverted them so bad that they need to be reined in. And it's rough because I've seen the Supreme Court try to stand up for things like the Second Amendment here in New York, and then immediately the next morning get shot down by a bill that's, well, still clearly unconstitutional and just tries to go around the wording of it. I don't know.
The laws should never be so voluminous or so obfuscated,
That the common person can't understand them because
said Thomas Jefferson.
it's unreal, man.
And yet they all are.
Yeah.
You need a
Yeah.
lawyer. They recommend one. They won't let you, they will charge you with heinous crimes and not let you face a jury unless you have a person who can speak this special legal language, because you can't. You didn't even know you broke the law in the worst case.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's true. I think that's something that Chief Dog says, Mike, the other night you mentioned there's a new campsite was found, spring maybe. Chief Dog, early summer. I want to do something outside before it gets hot. You know, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival
Mosquitoes come out and I don't come out.
has not been having events in a while, and I think it's time to get back to a little bit of something. I definitely want to do a couple of things this year. We got a medical class coming up real soon, March 15th. If you guys are interested, if you're in the New York State area, and you can get to Queensbury, New York, okay? That's the home of Strategic ETC headquarters. That's where our certification for CPR, first aid, and AED will take place on the 15th of March. This is something that you're going to need to join the private Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival Facebook group, right? You got to join the group, and then you can register there with Travis, and I will invite you to the private event. And class size is limited, so if you're interested in the CPR AED first aid course, the 15th, it's going down. March, this coming weekend, March 2nd, ham radio classes start for the Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival Facebook group.
That'll be a Sunday.
That's right. That's this Sunday.
Whoever's doing that, are you going?
Christian, yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there to help him out. I got to set up his webcams and stuff.
Okay, so he's gonna go like live to the group.
Correct. Well, not necessarily live to the group. Hopefully, you signed up for everything and you've been doing your research and reading your books and everything. You know, he gave a curriculum that you're supposed to follow. It's going to make these things a lot easier for you. He's just an average ham radio guy trying to inform people and get them ready to take the test, right? And hopefully, at the end of this, we're going to give the test and hopefully have a bunch of new ham radio operators. And I highly recommend, if you get your ham radio license, or if you don't get your ham radio license, you can still go to the FCC's website, and for $30, you can sign up and get yourself a GMRS license. And that covers not just you, but everybody in your family, right? Everybody in your household. So now everybody in your house is licensed for GMRS, and you can use a little more powerful radios than those little Baofangs. And you can really reach out and talk to your buddy halfway across the county without issue.
Follow the Livingston Man channel for ways to do that same whole shit, but without like all this license and allowed to use it nonsense. He's doing it the right way. I'm doing it the right.
Look up your same name on the National Registry of Ham License and use that call sign. Done. Right on, maybe so. You can do. I'm there. I'm on there. Ham radio license. Listen, it's not required for you to push that button and talk. I promise you that. That's the easiest thing that you can do.
It's one of those things, like, remember how your parents told you it was like straight up illegal to have the dome light on when you were driving the car, but like actually it's not. This is with this ham radio shit. Like, are you need a license?
Okay, so if
you do need to
go
know
on,
how to use it.
that's the big thing.
And here's what you do. All right, if you really want to test out the Department of Government Efficiency, is get on that ham radio with no license. Be like, yo, what up? It's your boy, the Polish Prince. I'm here to tell you what's up.
$10,000
with the echo chamber
key up.
microphone.
$10,000 per key up.
When they come to my house and find me, I'll believe it. Mm-hmm. That's all.
So
test it out.
So here's the problem with ham radio.
You have to test
there's
your
a whole
gear.
bunch of people with a whole lot of
You got to
good
test
gear
your gear.
and directional antennas they take it as their personal mission to find pirates and shut them down.
I make it my personal mission to be the pirate they're looking for.
You found your Jack Sparrow.
Challenge accepted.
Raul Duke says you're better off not broadcasting if things go wrong so you don't get triangulated. See, it's very easy for them to find your signal and know the area you're broadcasting from.
I want them to.
Livingston Man's freezer is looking a little empty, so
Mouth is watering thinking about it.
Good golly.
I hate when this happens. Because the thing
The
is,
sad hams. You're right. CUCV farmer.
what you guys should do is play the game now. But at the end of the day, because this technology we're talking about, I'm all like, go ahead, just be a pirate radio guy. If you don't know how to use the stuff, you're not going to be able to do anything anyway. And so the only way to do it and learn how to use it is do it right.
Do it right.
now.
Do it right. You get
If
the
you
books.
caught
You
the-
have reference guides.
If you caught the Horseman's
lot, man.
podcast last night,
Oh, that was a good one.
Mike asked, "What would you do? Like what can you do now that you won't be able to do once the thing goes down?" And it was, learn these skills that are not going to be able to be taught to you in a breakdown situation. And you have to know how to do this stuff now because it's fine. You can have the thing in your
Very
pocket.
complicated, man.
And this is all your gear. This is all your gear. You can have it. You bought it on Amazon and it's in the package in the closet. And that's your ham radio, your
Busted
Geiger
out.
counter, your tent, your Equax gear, your whatever. But if you don't use it and you don't know how to use it, you might as well, you don't even need it because what are you going to do with it besides mess it up and not do it right? And especially with the more technological you become, radio frequencies,
It becomes
communication technology.
Livingston, man, it's downright dangerous when you're broadcasting at like 1,500 watts of power. You can really hurt somebody. You can electrocute yourself.
People can
You know
use
what I
your
mean?
frequencies to use
totally.
countermeasures.
Totally. Raul Duke, S2 Underground. I highly recommend. If you guys are not subscribed to S2 Underground, you totally should. He's a former, Army intelligence guy, and he does a fantastic job just breaking down the news in basics, military style, straight to the point, and then offers his opinions on the topics after the fact.
You know why I have like such a dismissive attitude toward comms is because I don't like talking on the phone. Like, don't call my phone. Like, I won't answer. Like,
No, just text him.
yeah.
Just text him. Just text him. That's the best way to get a hold of Livingston, man.
People like they'll text me. They'll be like, "Call me." I'll text them back. Like, text me. It's fine.
CUCV Farmer says ham radio crash course on YouTube has a playlist for each license for ham radio. That's what I'm using to study. Then take the practice test, and it will tell you what sections you need to study more. Absolutely. When I got my ham radio license, it was like a weekend crash course, right? I was supposed to study beforehand, and honestly, I didn't. I had the books at home. I didn't have time to do shit that week. And I was like, oh, no, this is going to be bad, So the night before ham radio class, I went to, I think it was hamprep.org, something like that, or hamradio.org. And they offer free practice tests on there. So I started taking the practice tests, and I was not doing very well. And then I took the class, and I learned a lot more about the ham radios, through the demonstrations and going over the books.
What does ham stand for?
I don't know. I never asked.
Why would they call it that?
I don't know.
Like, I'm like spam radio. Like, we should get that going. Like,
Totally.
what's the difference?
Totally.
Right? It's like new Bitcoin. Right?
But I learned a lot
Truth
at the
Social.
class about the radios, about the frequencies, about how to do the offsets and things like that. It very informative, and kept hammering those practice tests, right? Kept taking them. And after that day, I felt really good about the practice tests. I was getting like 90s on the practice tests. I was crushing it, bro. I was crushing it. And then I went to sleep, and I woke up the next morning. It's test day, right? Today's the big day. I got to go take the ham radio test. I'm going to get licensed, Livingston, man. I'm going to be a licensed radio operator.
I thought maybe it stood for like high amplitude mobile radio. Is actually what I thought it stood for.
So I'm stoked to go do this. I've been getting 90s. Last test I took was like a 96, right? I'm like, yeah, I got like one question wrong. That's freaking awesome. And the next morning I woke up and I'm like, all right, I go down, get there a little early. I'll sit in the parking lot. I'll take a couple more practice tests and, hype myself up for this. First practice test I took, Livingston, man, I got a 48. 48, failed. Took another practice test, failed. Took another practice test, failed. That knowledge is so perishable. You have to use them all the time.
Thank you, Rip Curl, readiness in my
ready for
wheelhouse
it.
with his comment there. The fact that there are ham radio people that would track you down and even put a license on it is un-American and anti-liberty and freedom. That's right. It's
feel
freedom
that.
of the press.
Rip Curl,
It's
I feel
freedom
that
of
in my
the
heart,
press.
bro. I do.
Freedom of the press, but
They're trying to keep it civilized. It's not the Wild Wild West. It's not CB radio.
what are they worried I'm going to say that I can't say
Well,
right
what
here?
they're worried about is people are going to go on and they're going to hit their Britney Spears, and it's going to be Britney Spears music.
Oh no, not
blasting
the
over-
copyright infringement.
No, it's not the copyright infringement. It's sucking up bandwidth for bullshit when people could be actually using it to communicate. Hey,
and
we're
yet,
communicating.
here we are. So
Yeah, but we're not jamming the radio frequencies.
if you didn't catch The Horseman last night, I said again, and I often repeat this because I'm not sure how many of you have spilled over to the different things that we do, but take yourself with a grain of salt.
Oh, for sure.
Yo, get on the ham radio and pirate Britney Spears, man. Why don't you live a little?
Do not
okay?
do that. Do not do that.
Well, you see, you're gonna,
Count Trumpula. Oh, baby. That's a good one.
how was I supposed to know?
Tony Smith says S2 Underground has something called GhostNet. That's right. There's a lot of things you can do with radio, and it doesn't just stop with the handhelds or the base units. They call them hacked Wi-Fi routers.
I don't want to talk to nobody.
Yeah, that's
Text
just
me.
awesome.
Can they
bro.
text?
Meshtastic.
Can
Yes.
they text?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. You can create your own
Can I lock it out? Can I
underground,
be like,
your
if-
own underground independent cellular network.
Because I promise you, listen, my ringtone, like my call notification goes off in the apocalypse, I'm going to drone strike whoever the fuck's calling me. Don't call me. I don't want to talk to you. This could have been said in a text.
It's very cool. Meshtastic. Use these little tiny nodes, and they work like 5G cell towers, Livingston, man. Like you need a shitload of them, right?
I thought those caused like the vaccine.
Yeah, but
or
these
something.
aren't 5G.
5G causes
it's a little
the
bit,
vaccine,
a little bit smaller.
Mike.
It's a little bit
You
smaller.
can't-
It's really.
You guys
really
fucking
cool.
do. You all do some gymnastics about the technology you're willing to embrace.
Yeah, I wonder who starts all these fucking. Do you think this is?
Elon Musk.
No. Do you think it's CIA propaganda? Like
Well,
they
it's
just
all-
got to put out some bullshit, so they get like, let's hire like 45 people. We're gonna get them on social media.
I know
They're all
5G
gonna
sucks,
say-
and I don't know what 5G is for, but
The
it's
G in
clearly
5G
not
stands
posting
for
pictures.
garbage. Okay,
It's Glacier
Garbage.
because it's that fast.
Garbage. It
moves-
sucks.
Glacier because it's that fast. It cannot be for information data sharing because it simply doesn't work that way. It's got to be for something else. Like,
Anne-Marie, because government agencies, that's why. Why do you have to have a license to operate a ham radio? Because government agencies control the federal the federal FCC, the Federal Communications
wait
Commission.
till the homie Elon gets
Right.
done with them. They ain't gonna control shit. Listen,
Free radio for everybody.
we've reached the extent of my patience with this live stream. If I go any further, it's not going to be good for anyone.
Can you at least show folks the Amazon page? Man, please.
Buy the
Put
Chinese
all this
stuff now
together.
before you can't.
This is all the stuff I use, the real stuff. I've purchased everything on here. Those pictures are my pictures. That's my gear. I use the stuff. Check it out. That's me. Yeah, there it is. There should be a link somewhere. Somehow, if you're getting the government money and you need good gear and you spend it here, you can help support the channel and me and the Livingston Man.
So if they
and
go to
all this cool
Amazon,
stuff.
right? Because listen, nobody admits it. I
Well,
get
click
it.
the link.
I did click the link. I'm
Well,
not
yeah.
buying nothing from
No,
you.
why?
Buy my own shit.
Well, it's not from me. It's just Amazon. That's all.
Mike Calb, go there. Mike
Yeah.
Calb, Amazon
It's
store.
in the description section.
There might be a affiliate.
Well, there's affiliate links too. Yeah, we got a lot of great affiliates, Livingston Man. Like,
If you
a
check
lot
the
of
description section of the video here, there's all kinds of great stuff that's like useful and good.
great- absolutely, tried and true and tested. Use that Axon Livingston. Hey, that's the CRTK wood chogan. I love that thing, man. Packs down nice, fits in the pack.
Do you suppose
Split
it would
wood with it.
work?
It would. It would.
You want to
Would.
test your hypothesis? Fuck around and find out scientific method stuff. Ladies
Coffee,
and
thank
gentlemen,
you so much. Appreciate it.
as always,
Great and
everybody,
Grace, good to see you.
Everybody go subscribe to everybody else, especially Yardbird, because his content is banging. I'm telling you, like the videos this dude puts out is world-class stuff. I mean, Hollywood, he's got all the best cameras, all the best effects, the best editing team possible. Yardbirds is the
He's
bomb.
like Disney.
Reason he gets to talk all that shit is because his content game is, of course.
On point.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Livingston, man, could you roll that beautiful bean footage and take us out of here?
good night, everybody.
Have a great night, folks.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate you.
Good evening, and welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Livingston, man, roll that beautiful bean footage.
We all gonna die.